guys, this is David, taking Near Man Comics. How are you guys doing? Happy New Year for all you guys. Yeah, I've been kind of out of it due to the new business that I have started with my family. It's been busy. It's taking most of my time. Actually, it's taking all of my times, and time to time I do find a gap here and there to do a haul like this. So this will be my first haul for 2019, and I have lots of books to show you guys. Um, just to let you guys know, I've been driving around the whole state of Washington, going to city, like Seattle, Bellevue, Auburn, Tequila, Tacoma, Kirkland. I mean, just driving around here and there whenever I have to find the time, whenever I can find the time to drive around 2-3 hours and meet the people through. I have connected with Instagram, also with Facebook, and also on Craigslist, and so on and so forth. So I've been very successful. You'll see a lot of keys and a lot of the books for my personal collection. So let's get this thing started. All right, so there is no particular order in this. I'm just gonna show you how I don't know, whatever. Anyway, first book I'll be showing you is one of my key books that I picked up. Is Amazing Spider-Man 194, first appearance of Felicia Jones, no, Hardy, Felicia Hardy, Black Cat. Correct me if I'm wrong with the name, but yeah, first appearance of Black Cat. I do see a lot of growth in this book, as Sony came out with the movie Venom, huge success. They're coming out with Venom 2 with Cassius Cassidy, known as AKA Carnage, and you know, with that success with the Spider-Man universe, with the character they can use, I hope, hoping, and I'm sure they will come up with this character in sometime in the future. All right. Second is Malibu Sun 13. This happens to be the preview of Spawn, which happens to be one of the very first Spawn on a cover. I think there is a Rust #1, I believe, that has a first preview appearance of Spawn, but I like this book better because it shows on a cover, and much sought after book for any comic book. I mean, not comic, of course, comic book collector, but as for Spawn collector as well. So very happy to get that. And I've been watching a lot of Netflix during the downtime at work, and Daredevil happens to be one of my favorite but one of the very few Marvel TV, Netflix, whatever series they had. And when I saw Bullseye was gonna be the next character for season 3, had to jump on it before it got crazy. Love Poindexter. Just sad that there's not gonna be a season 4 to carry on that character. See, you know, how much damage that he can do with Daredevil, but never know. Hopefully the MCU within the TV series or what will pick it up in few years and reboot this whole series, and definitely hopefully the Bullseye will be one of the main characters or protagonists when it comes to villain for Daredevil. Alright, so I talked about Venom the movie. Picked up Amazing Spider-Man 361. You probably all know this. So I picked up 2, and the thing is that the seller had both and what's this, newsstand version. This one in the bag is it's not a near mint copy, but the second copy that he had, it is a near mint. Hopefully a 98, but I doubt it. But we'll see what happens when I send it to CGC. But yeah, 2 copies of ASM 361. And like going back to Daredevil TV series, with that character along with Defenders, you know, Elektra, whoever played that character portrayed it really well. Had to get a first appearance as well too. So this is Daredevil 168, first appearance of Elektra. And then Amazing Spider-Man 252. Everybody knows this is one of the first black costume on a cover. There's about 2 or 3, maybe 4, but this is the cover that I would get, that I tend to gravitate toward because of the famous, of course, Amazing Fantasy 15, cover swipe. So yep, that is that. And also, one of the sellers that I met had this cover, had this book. If you don't know what this is the mail order comic book that that XXL magazine mailed out. If I think you need to submit or mail out to something, they'll send you this comic book. But there is one special edition in the XXL magazine where there is a preview of the same comic book in a magazine, but not in a comic book form. So very happy to get that. And also found myself a second copy of Mighty Avengers #3, Salvatore La Rocca variant. I don't know the ratio of this. I think this could be 1/25 if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, Iron Man chilling with Eminem right there. Yeah. Yep. And got myself a second copy of J. Scott Campbell Elephant Man issue 18. This is a sketch variant. I believe this is an incentive variant. I don't know what the ratio is, but there is a color version of it, and there's this sketch by J. Scott Campbell. Just love the sexiness of this cover. To me, everybody gravitates toward the color version of it, but I love the sketch because the details that it shows is just amazing. All right, down to my last raw book. This is Green Lantern #1. This is the local comic shop day variant, only 500 reprinted. Very amazing to have DC come up with such a low print on a first print run, but I waited in line for like close to 2.5 to 3 hours at the LCS, and he was the only one in my area that had it, and only one. So you can see that I kind of pissed off a lot of people. But hey, standing in line for 2.5 hours, I think I deserve it, right? So picked it up for $20. He was selling it for that. But now, I don't know what the price is. About 70. The last time I saw it was about $130. So very happy with the turnaround with this. All right, so that is that with all of my raw book. I'm gonna show you a lot of the CGC slab book that I picked up. All right, so I love ASM 300 cover. So anytime whenever there is a variant that is homage or cover swipe that is exactly or very close to ASM 300 cover, I'll pick it up anytime. And matter of fact, there's this one, which is this is Amazing Spider-Man #1. I forgot what volume it is, but this is what they call the 8-bit variant. So had to get it as a 9.8, of course. And talking about cover swipe homage, picked up a Amazing Spider-Man 800, which is the Shattered variant. This is what they call the Mosaic variant, but they call it the Shattered. You can call it whatever, but very dope ass cover. Of course, CGC 9.8. And this is my personal collection. It's a Green Fairy Tale presents Call of Wonderland #1. This is what they call the Blue Rainbow variant. Only 500 of this were printed. There is another one that is more sought after, more rare. There's only about 100 of them, which is she has the red hair, and also with like a pinkish red background. So had to get this. Always wanted to get this. Kind of resembles Mary Jane. And don't hate on the Green Fairy Tale guys. They do have some really, really nice cover like this. Of course, cover done by J. Scott Campbell. There was a lot of speculation play. People saying that Pepper Potts gonna be, suited up as Rescue, and that book just jumped up. But I figured, you know what? I'm just gonna get her first appearance, which is right here. Tales of Suspense 45, first appearance of Happy Hogan, Pepper Potts, and this character here, Jack Frost. I don't think it's gonna ever happen, but yeah, very happy to get that. In a CGC 5.0. Alright, so here's my long spec play, guys. With the success of Aquaman hitting $1 billion in box office, has success with the Wonder Woman. Pretty soon they have to. I'm sure DC will kind of want to tackle the Green Lantern, and they probably will need. I'm hoping that they will need some type of a female protagonist, which one, like a villain, should be Sapphire. Like I said, this is just my speculation that if they do make a Green Lantern movie, they need a female protagonist, and Sapphire is a great character. Very, very. You know what? I'm not even gonna go there because I really don't know too much about Sapphire, but I did read one arc about Sapphire, and she's very driven to have Hal Jordan as her man, and she'll pretty much will do anything to get him. So that'll be a fun storyline, right? So yep, this is Green Lantern number 16, first appearance of Sapphire. All right, with the introduction of this character's Sonic the Hedgehog, a movie is coming up this year, and I grabbed it before any announcement was made, and I'm glad that I did, because now slowly I see this book is creeping up a little. If you don't know what this is a Sonic the Hedgehog promotional supplement, issue 1. It's a preview of Sonic the Hedgehog before it goes into a long series. But you can find this also inserted in a lot of the I think there's like 4 that would insert into the DC, which was, I believe, was Justice League Europa. I think there was one in Batman and Detective Comic, and one in Superman, but it's inserted in there in the issue that was released in December of 1991, I believe. Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. All right. And I just had to get this back into my collection. I had a 9.6. Kind of regretted I sold it. When I saw this in a really great price, this guy was selling. I jumped on it. He accepted it, and yeah, this is Ultimate Spider-Man number 1. This is the very first Ultimate title that Brian Michael Bendis has started, and yeah, what more can I say? Love Spider-Man. Alright. Bam, another spec play. I'm not gonna spec or what, but I really love this character. It's the first. This is Batman New 52, issue number 21. This is the 1 out of 100 sketch variant. But this is the first appearance of Duke Thomas, which happens to be another Robin, which I saw one of the cartoon movie, DC movie, animated movie with him in it, fighting. But I don't know, just somehow there's so many growth in that character, and the way that DC is using him, utilizing him in a storyline with Batman. I think maybe down the line, maybe we might get a movie about him. I don't know. But yeah, definitely really, really low to get this. Why not just buy it low and hold on to it for the next 5-10 years and see what happens with all these movie and TV shows and animated movies are popping up here and there. And it's about time that this Duke Thomas will, I don't know, well, people will start to grow, or what people would like to collect. But yep. And I had to get this. Bought this from one of the Instagrammer. I think it was called The Great Panda War. I'm sorry, Panda, if, man. But anyway, long story short, I remember when Doom 143 uh, gave me an AOK, and this was one of them, one of the book, and I graded it. It came back as a 9.4. When I moved to Washington, I left there. I left some of the books in Hawaii, and there was a trade that I have done for Fantastic Four 48 with some like dozens of other slab, including this. And I remember he saying, you know what, just trade it because that's a great investment. That's a great book to have. So, and I did it, and that just somehow it alerted me to a point where I need to get it back again. And when I saw this, when the Instagrammer had it posted, he was selling this. I hit him up. Came up with the price that we both agreed on, and boom, here it is. Catwoman number 51, CGC 9.8. Very happy to add this to my personal collection. The next book is Spider-Man Deadpool number 1. This is the GameStop exclusive, covered down by Dale Known. But I remember when I first started collecting comic books, when this came out, I said I had to get it. But the price was ridiculously high at that moment. You know, I think the series was just phenomenal. Everybody was into it. They say it was a great read. But you know what they said, patience always gonna win. But here it is, 9.8. And only 3,000 of this available. I don't know how many 9 points are there in the census, but I have one of them, so I'm very happy to add this to my PC. Okay, and next one is Green Lantern number 20, first appearance of Jessica Cruz, which everybody's argue there's only a hand that is in the last panel, but hey, the market said this is the first appearance and everybody thinks that this is what they want to get. By all means, I will be happy because I already got a couple of copies in Hawaii, and also I got this in 9.8 as well. And with the new animated series in a DC, there's a new animated movie that's came out and it's focused on Jessica Cruz, and it's all matter of fact when the movie, if Warner Brother DCU ever makes a Green Lantern movie, they need a female protagonist, Jessica Cruz. If not, Sapphire. So this is, for me, it's going to be a long hold spec, see what's going on, but why not? If you can get this for $50 to $60, I will get it anytime. All right, now talking about Jessica Cruz, I had to get the 1 out of 25 sketch variant as well. So like I said, get it at cheap, hold on to it for 4, 5, 6, whatever, and see how the character does. Because the way that I see DC Comics are writing about her, and the way how DC is making a animated movie, making her the main focus, Jessica Cruz has a lot of growth in my opinion. Alright, the last two books I'm gonna show you happens to be the books I really wanted. It's not gonna be for sale. First one is Superior Spider-Man number 29. This is the La Mole Comic Con exclusive, which this cover is not a cover swipe, is not a rip-off to any other variants out there that cost Uga Mula money. So this was exclusively just made for that Comic Con, La Mole Comic Con, and was found this in a very good price for the really great grade, 9.8, also yellow label, with of course J. Scott Campbell himself on signing it. Can't go wrong. Alright, my last book that I'm gonna show you is, can call it a grail. I'm calling it a grail. Amazing Spider-Man number 1. This is the GameStop exclusive. This is the Comic Convention exclusive. of course, this is cover done by Greg Horn. They call it the faded edition, but I love this cover. I always loved the cover of Web of Spider-Man 32, which originally done by Mike Zack, but Greg Horn killed it in this cover. Just love it. And when I found out Stan Lee, when there was announcement when Stan Lee passed away, I thinking I'm never gonna able to. I'm not gonna. There's no way that I'm gonna meet this guy ever again. Well, I can't because he passed away, and to a point where his signature was just going for crazy, stupid thing. And I'm thinking, needs to have, to me, is like, if I'm gonna get a signature on a certain book, it has to be that specific book that I want. And this was one of the books that I said I was gonna willing to settle for Stan Lee's signature. It's an iconic cover from a great artist, Greg Horn, which I think he really killed it in this. And also, here's a spec play here. This book actually has as a cameo appearance of Cindy Moon, which later in issue 4 she becomes Silk. So it doesn't, CGC doesn't acknowledge it, but if you do read this, you'll see Cindy Moon in the background, and that's going to be her, like, considered as a cameo appearance. But like I said, that's just a spec play here, guys. But on top of that, great cover, signed by Greg Horn himself, the artist, and you can see it's signed by Stan Lee himself. And one thing great about this is that, just love that signature he has done. It's just very clean. It's not all scratchy like how he was doing the last 2 years before his passing. But yep, that was pretty much it, guys. So that is my haul. A lot of keys in this haul, a lot of personal books for my collection, and I have to say, this haul could have been done if it wasn't for the Doom 143. Like I said, I have when I came to Washington, I left pretty much 3/4 of my collection in Hawaii, and he was able to hold it for me then. And when it was time, I said, you know what, there's no way that I'm going to ask him to send it here. So I said, why don't you sell my collection and see what you can get out of it. And that's exactly what he did. He went out of his way to sell my comic books, and half of what he had sent me, I reinvested into the books that I have shown you. So shout out to the Doom 143 for his great friendship, and for going way beyond, out of the way to help me sell my collection, and so I can reinvest and get the books that I really wanted. So thanks again. And for you guys, thank you so much for putting up with this for the past 20, going into the 24 minute. I hope you guys like what you saw. Please comment if you don't agree with my spec plays, or comment if you do. Anyway, thank you so much for your guys' continuous support of my channel, and there will be more coming, I promise you. Right now, because of my situation, I'll be pretty much more active in this YouTube community when it comes in April this year. You wait and see, and by then I'll have my 1,000 subscriber contest, and along with with my Instagram 1,000 follower, all batched in together with great prizes, and look forward to that in April. Okay, guys, thank you so much. I think that's pretty much it. All right, so happy New Year, guys. I hope you guys have a great 2019. And see you guys all in YouTube. If not, check me out at the Instagram at David_SNMC. Alright, until then, thanks for watching. Aloha, mahalo, and shoots.